The 2023-2024 season is underway, and it feels like it could be a crucial one for Crystal Palace. They've kept Roy Hodgson in charge, and whether that's for the best, who knows? We're going to see today. We also are going to see how the great core that they've got going on turns out. So we've got, of course, Mark Gurhey, Ebrici Eze, or Ebere Eze. How do you say that? I don't know. And Michael Olise, of course, sticking around the club, having just signed a new contract. Do we keep them though? Who knows? Maybe they are just better as assets rather than better as developing them for Crystal Palace. I'm not going to say that's my opinion. We're going to find out today. So we're going to take Crystal Palace 5 years into the future. We're going to see how much we can, improve them. See if we can get them to the upper echelon of the Premier League. Ooh, we'll see. Before we get into it, make sure you do leave us that like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Comment what you think of the video. All that gorgeous, beautiful stuff. And let's get into it. Now, we'll look at this squad first off. So it is a little bit inflated at the moment. I don't really love certain parts of it. I mean, there's definite pieces that need to leave. Like, it seems quite clear that Guaita is going to be, I don't know how to say his name, so it's good that he's going to be leaving. That then leaves us with Sam Johnson and Remy Matthews, which I don't know if I love, but I mean, he seems to be doing the job. I think they've got 4 points from their opening 3 games, conceding like 2 goals, either 2 or 3 goals. They're keeping it tight. It's doing its job. And I think what we're going to do is try and sell Gaeta, whatever it is. Who else are we going to sell? We're going to try to sell Jairo Riedewald. I don't know who's taking him on or who wants him, but we'll see. And then I think Malcolm Ebiowei, need to work on that one too. We'll get a loan as well. Hamada, we'll see how the squad shapes up, but I think we'll keep him. We're also going to keep Roy for the first season. Or see how Roy goes in the first season, because obviously Roy Hodgson sort of is the point that I think is the most critical point, because I mean, obviously he did a great job keeping them in the Premier League last season. Obviously he does a great job of like connecting with the players and things like that, and I've listened to some great interviews with Steve Parish and with Roy Hodgson himself, the overlap I think they were on, and gives some great insight into them. Is it the future of the club with Gurhey, Eza, Olise, Ebioe, who knows? Who's to say? We're going to find out, I guess. That's the theory anyway. So basically the way that I see the squad shaping up looks a little something like this, and it's a bit off, isn't it? So this is the formation that, like, I've looked at Transfer Market, and this is sort of how they've been playing. I think it does, like, really 4-4-2 is what you want to be playing with them, but I think the way that Eza has been playing, coming through the midfield, sort of does, it is a bit more like this. I don't know why I've got him as an enganche, and don't know how to say that either. And then Elise and Ayu on the right, obviously are very different players. Ayu is more of like, he wants to be in up here as more of like a second striker almost. Whereas Elise is like a great, inverted winger or inside forward, one of the two. And then on the left wing, we've only got Schlupp. So it's a bit tough. Obviously there are parts of the team where we do have too many players. We've got too many goalkeepers. Gaeta can go, because it's clear that in like real life that he's not in favour and they want to go. I don't know what experience matrix means, but I don't think I want to click it because I think I might lose my life. I don't know. I'll find something out that I don't want to find out. And Riedewald can go too. I think we'll keep Ahamada around because I think that's good depth. And if he has decent potential, maybe it does pan out. I don't know. But he came on the other day against Arsenal. I swear he was playing off the right. It was a bit odd. But anyway, yeah, that's it. And then we've got 3 right backs, which I'm sort of okay with because, like, we need some depth across the back line because clearly the left-hand side is an issue. Maybe selling Gaeta and Riedewald will invest in the left-hand side. I'm not sure. So what we'll do is, obviously it's a bit of a director of football style thing. So Roy is going to be in charge. I'm going to be in charge of the transfers though. So what we'll do now is skip ahead. We'll look at some transfers and then do the first season and see what Roy can do. So we did manage to get rid of both Gaeta and Riedewald and a bunch of loans. So we did have a little bit of money that we have really stretched out. We brought in 2 players, which we'll get to. Firstly, we'll look at Gaeta here. He's gone to Al Jarafa. They came in. They actually offered like 2.1 million it says here. So he went. That's about it. I'm glad that he's gone because we got another goalkeeper in. Also leaving us was Jairo Riedewald. He was very cheap, 750,000. Literally a tenth of what Crystal Palace bought him for in It was in 2017. My goodness. Time's so weird, man. Time's weird. Anyway, he's gone to Empoli. We've got rid of him, and good, I guess. And for the players that we have brought in, of course, the left-hand side was looking a little bit bare. So what we've done is I found someone who I think can sort of do both jobs. He can do the job filling in for Tyrant Mitchell if he needs to. He can also go forward and do the job for Jeffrey Schlupp. That man is Adrian Truffert. He is 21 years old. He's worth 18 to 24 million now. We bought him for 10 million. Spread out across a number of seasons. You know how we do it. Like, you know how it works in Football Manager. We're all across that. Nobody's here thinking that we've, had that money up front. He has decent potential. I'm not, too fussed about it. I don't know whether he will reach that potential, whether we will even keep him for the full 5 seasons. I don't know. We'll see. But, he can play. He's a natural at left back. He can play on the left wing. So he gives us that bit of depth in both positions. We also signed a goalkeeper to, increase our stocks, a little bit of quality added in there. And that man is Altay Bayindir. I feel like he's one in Football Manager that just is always available for cheap and is always a solid option in like a top division side, like whether it is, you're not going to sign him for Manchester City or Liverpool or something, but he's pretty good anyway. So we've signed him, a bit of depth. I'm not sure if he is going to play ahead of Sam Johnston, who's going to play there, what it's going to be, but that's not my decision. That is Roy Hodgson's decision. We're going to skip through the first season now and see how Roy goes. That's the sticking point for me. Roy Hodgson is the sticking point because as much as, obviously a huge respect for a nearly 50-year career that he's had and the man that he is and the interesting character he is. But I don't know how well he'll do. I don't know. And also, he might retire. I don't know. He's 75 or 76 or something, so he probably will retire sometime soon. So let's see. Let's skip the season, see how we do, and make a decision on Roy Hodgson. We didn't get to Christmas. All right. Look, usually I just sort of sim these, and I'm not paying a whole lot of attention, obviously, because it's just simulating. Why would I be sitting there, watching it just it's not happening. But I had a glance. We're in 19th. We've won 1 game of our 18, 4 draws. Who did we beat? We beat Sheffield United, who are just above us, beat them 4-1. Draws against Luton, Chelsea, that's a decent one. They're up in 7th. Fulham and Burnley, and then losses to everyone else. So we've conceded 45. We've only scored a goal a game. So that being the case, as you may be able to tell, Roy Hodgson is now unemployed. It didn't work out. For whatever reason, it didn't work out. I looked at the head coaches that were available, basically, and I had a look, thought, who might be able to be a long-term solution to what we need. I didn't want to get a Roy Hodgson, someone who just comes in and gets us safe in the Premier League, although that is obviously the goal. But I wanted someone that would be the long-term vision for the club, and luckily, we had someone who had recently been fired for their job, replaced with Arne Slot from, I think he was at Feyenoord, and now he's gone to PSV, who sacked our man. It is Ruud van Nistelrooy. We brought him to the Premier League, of course, winning a Eredivisie last season with PSV. No, year before? Because last year was Feyenoord, wasn't it? I think I might be going insane. Anyway, he's good. Trust me. As you can see, he had been sacked. It doesn't say that it had ended, but he was unemployed in the... Someone explain that to me, please. But he's been brought in, tiki-taka style, 4-3-3 is what he likes to play, which I think we probably have the pieces for. And he likes to be passing, which I guess is going to, at the end of the day, that's going to suit playing with Ebery Eze or Michael Olise, that sort of thing. I just got to hope that he keeps us in the Premier League. This is still what the side looks like. There's been no changes, obviously, because the transfer window ended. We haven't been able to bring anyone in. But this is what he's got to work with. He's going to obviously do what he wants to do. I'm not, this is the sort of basic tactic that I set up. He can do whatever he wants with it. He's Ruud van Nistelrooy. I trust him. He's the man for the job, I think. Let's go to the end of the season. Hopefully still be in the Premier League. That would be a horrible start to a rebuild. To go down, take a step backwards to take a step. My nose is really itchy, sorry. Ruud got the job done. He's done it. We have, just by the skin of our teeth, by 2 points over Wolves. And you can see we ended the season with 3 points in a row. Getting points against Bournemouth, Brentford and Fulham. That has meant that Wolves, Burnley and Sheffield United go down. So good on Luton getting to stay up. Good on them. As for like if we look at the schedule, I guess, and we go to like view this match, you can see that he is wanting to play the 4-3-3. So I don't know why Ferguson's playing in the centre, which is worrying, but that is like quite good. As long as Eze's getting the freedom to run forward, I am absolutely all for this. He can do this, and this is what we will build towards, I think. 'Cause, I went through other matches as well, and this is what he is playing. He is playing the 4-3-3, so this is what we're going to now build towards. Now that we've stayed in the Premier League the first season, that isn't necessarily a great thing. We also didn't win in the last 3 months of the season. We haven't won since the 27th of February. We've got points against Tottenham, Wolves have just gone down, Bournemouth, Brentford and Fulham. Worrying into the season, but since he took over, which was after this Newcastle game, we lost away at Arsenal, which is fine. 2-1 win over West Ham, 6-2 win over bloody Sheffield United. That's pretty good. And then not too much else to write home about the rest of the season, but we stayed in the Premier League. That's the main thing. Let's build a team that Ruud can work with and hopefully top half finish even. We'll see. Let's do the transfers. So we have got plenty of business done. We've sold players, we've lost players, we've brought in players, we've shaped the squad into something that Ruud van Nistelrooy can hopefully use and do something special with. We'll see. I'll show you on the screen now. So we've got James Tompkins has left. 35 years old, he even retired. He's now ahead of youth development, so he's gone. Also leaving, Joel Ward didn't extend his contract, don't care, he's 34. He's moved on to Anderlecht, so clearly he wasn't necessarily ready to stay with us. Don't know who Boateng is. Remy Matthews has left the first team picture. 30-year-old goalkeeper, wasn't that good. He was our third choice, so I don't really care. He's gone. Other players that have left include Will Hughes. He did actually leave on a free as well. His contract was running out, so he's fine, and maybe we could have kept him, but also he's moved to Alaves, and he's got seem like he's okay. I would prefer to be able to use other people, I guess. Also leaving the club, Nathaniel Klein is gone. He's moved to Clermont. Basically, we already had 3 right backs, so we didn't need him. But then someone else, it hasn't gone. Like Joel Ward left as well, so we needed to then bring in a right back. So we lost Nathaniel Klein, we lost Joel Ward, but then he's 33, Joel Ward's 34. Like it's fine. He's gone. Perhaps controversially, also leaving the club, Jordan Ayew. And this is not my personal view, but I think he's just underrated on Football Manager. And to get him to do a job, you need to be in a lower league maybe. Because he's good. He's a good player and he's a good work rate. He's got that. There's that one great goal when he just like comes off the right hand side and does this weird move and then dinks over the keeper. It's a great goal. What's his name? The guy on Twitter, Hultco. I don't know what it's called. HLTCO. Don't know what it is. It's like someone takes a corner or something. I don't know. Anyway, he shares that goal a lot and it's a really good goal. He's gone though. Just really we're clearing space. Yeah. That has then meant that we have gone absolute bargain hunting. We've gone around the leagues. We've gone to France. We've gone to Turkey even. We've looked inside the Premier League and we've really brought depth to a few positions. Starting with Wolfsburg central midfielder Astor Franks. 21-year-old. Looks like he's got decent potential. I think quite good as well. He'll do well, I think, as like a sort of a box-to-box. He looks like he can do a bit of everything, but also playing in the Ruud van Nistelrooy's 4-3-3. He can do a job in holding midfield, and that we might need that, I guess. I don't know. He looks quite good, though, and for depth, looks great. I'm all for it. Now, the next one seems a bit weird, given, the current lay of the land and things happening in real life, because it's Jeremy Doku. Yes, he's just signed for Manchester City for like £50 million or something like that. We've brought him in instead for £7.5 million. So clearly wasn't working out, hadn't had a good season, and they were looking to get rid of him or he was going to move on, whatever, I don't remember. But we brought him in for pennies, really. And I think that's great depth. He clearly needs a little bit of work around the edges sort of thing, but if Pep Guardiola isn't the man to do it, I reckon Ruud van Nistelrooy will be. Continuing our bargain hunt, we have brought in Sacha Boey, right back, playing in competition, I guess, with Nathan Ferguson, I don't know. It just looks quite decent, really. I mean, probably Premier League standard, has a bit of potential. He's 23, could do a job, good depth, I guess. That's it. Again, given the state of affairs currently, this is another bit of a weird one. But it's Axel Disasi. He was transfer listed by Chelsea. So after a year at Chelsea, after they spent, 39 million pounds on the guy, they've sold him to us for 10.5. So he made 4 appearances last season, and then they've sold him to us. So I think that's astute business, really. I think that's good business. Again, bargain hunting, but probably fair. And you can see it's 22nd of July. We've got all of these done really quickly. So I'm happy with that one. I think he'll probably score some goals for us because he's big about it. In terms of free business, we brought in Taylor Harwood-Bellis. His contract at Manchester City had run out. Depth, really. He's not going to probably start too many games. I think he's probably, our 5th best centre-back, but he looks quite good, and he's 22, he's English, got a bit of potential, probably do maybe something in the future. I don't know. We'll see. Or maybe we'll just be able to profit on him soon. At it. Last bit of business, and possibly, definitely, the most exciting bit of business is a loan of Yusufa Moukoko. Look, if he was... I don't want to claim that this is the most realistic, okay? I'm never going to say that. I'm not going to say that about any of these rebuilds, that they are the most realistic or 100%. I'm going for realism. But he was loan listed, so I moved for him. I thought we could do with a striker. We still do have Mateta and Edward? Squidward. But why not, if this guy's available? Oh, my nose is itchy. It's exploding. Every time the camera cuts, imagine me blowing my nose. Basically, why not? He's 19 years old, bit of depth, he's good finisher, he's quick. It's a loan for 1 year. If it works out, we've got a £36 million buy clause on this, so we can get him for that much, should it work out. But that'll be at the end of the season. We don't need to worry about that right now. I just think it's a good bit of depth. It does mean the squad looks like this. So we've clearly got 2 people per position now, plus an additional centre-half and an additional striker. Ebioé has come back from his loan. He was at Saint Etienne last season in the 2nd tier of France. Played 33 times. He looks brilliant. I did not realise how brilliant he was in this game. Probably should get him a new contract, only on 10,000, but that's... Yep, it does say, yeah, he thinks he needs one too, and I'm agreeing with him. He looks fantastic. I did not realise he was this good. I saw him at the MCG last year, actually. Manchester United played Crystal Palace in Melbourne, in Australia, and we went down specifically to see it and had horrible seats, couldn't see a damn thing, but it was awesome. He looks great. What? Who is that? Anyway, the way that the squad now shapes up, we've got 2 left wingers, so Truffer is now officially a left back, Schlupp and Doku up on the left. Our midfield is sort of fairly well balanced, I think, with our holding midfielders being Doucouré and Lerma. That's my idea of it anyway. Rude can do whatever he wants. Franks and Hamada on this side, Eberechieze, and then Matthijs Franca. He did play 18 games last season. It does say he has a lot of potential. I'm not convinced. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what his best role is, where or how Ruud van Nistelrooy wants to use him, but we'll see, I guess. And then, yeah, everywhere's filled out now, so pretty happy with that. I think we've set up for hopefully mid-table after a 19th place, just skin of our teeth, making it by 2 points last season. Hopefully we get mid-table. Let's head to the end of the season. I don't think I could have predicted this. I don't think I could have predicted how brilliant this has gone. 18th, 19th, what 17th last season, only missing by 2 points. Our expectation was to finish top half. We've finished 5th, qualifying for the Champions League in its new format or whatever. We've won the FA Cup. It is season number 2, and we've won the FA Cup. That is absolutely brilliant. Like our other rebuilds, it's taken 5 years to win anything. It's year number 2. We've done some fairly, just budget buys. We haven't, been absolutely ridiculous and bought Kylian Mbappe to Crystal Palace, none of that. But we've finished 5th. Arsenal are down in 11th somehow. And we've won the FA Cup. Absolutely sensational. Who's performed well to get us there? That is absolutely brilliant. Michael Olise, who it's going to be hard to keep him around. And, I don't know why he's not worth more than that. Maybe he does need a better contract to be worth more. Eze's had a good year. Bayendir's had a good year. Johnston's had a good year. Or looks like one of them wants to leave. Yeah, Bayendir wants to leave, so we might end up cashing on that. Great first season in the first team for Abio Way. 8 goals, 8 assists. Mokoko's got 18 goals. He is our top scorer, so I think we might exercise that option to keep him if he wants to stay around. Absolutely, he looks stunning. Hamada didn't play a single game, so that's not good. Ferguson didn't. He played 2 times off the bench. 28 bench appearances for Doku. Desarsi barely played. Mateta barely played. Truffett, Howard Bellis. A lot of people barely played. We were really keen on everyone from Johnston down, really. Like, that was our starting 11, basically, probably. I mean, how many people is that? That's 11 people. That was our starting 11. Like, more often than not, that's our starting 11. Wow. That's... Wow. I'm stunned. We've won the FA Cup. We also lost 4 games in a row, so could have placed better than we did, but we were on equal points with Tottenham and Aston Villa. Wow. Wow. Surely then we've got plenty of money to spend, hopefully. Anyway, we'll see, and we'll do some transfers. I'm stunned. I'm honestly stunned. Ow. How do we better that now? Maybe we ended after 2 seasons. I don't know. All right, let's do some transfers. All right. We've cashed in. We've made a bunch of deals basically. So first one, after just 1 year at the club, we bought him for £7 million. Jeremy Doku has left the club for £23 million. He played 23 times in the league. As we saw just before, he didn't start a single game. He made 28 appearances for the club, didn't start a game, and we sold him on for £23 million somehow. Stunning. I swear. Look. We've got great deals. I think it's because we've been successful. People have been like, well, we better poach. He's gone to Wolfsburg at 23 million. After 1 season, again, Axel Zaha left the club, so we bought him for 10 million. We've sold him for 19 million, so it's a profit. I'll take it. It's not a huge profit. It's not great, but he barely played for us, so I'm fine with getting a £9 million profit on him. Nathan Ferguson has also left the club. He's gone to Norwich for £6 million. Basically, again, it was one of the players that just wasn't playing, and when I saw someone was wanted, I put a fee on him, and they bought him. That's how it goes. With us, obviously, one of the signings will be Moukoko. We sold Jean-Philippe Mateta. He's gone to Frankfurt. He's worth a lot of money now. 29 to 35 million. We sold him for 18. Damn it, that feels like a mistake. Feels like we should have got more. But again, I'm like really just trying to get rid of him really, because I think Edouard and Moukoko are the future really. Also leaving, I mean, less exciting, but it's Sam Johnston. So he was our #1 goalkeeper last year. I mean, between him and Bayendir, it was up for grabs, and he did take it. He did play more. I guess you can probably understand what that means. So we sold him for £14 million. We've made about £88 million all up between all of these people. So we'll have had money to spend plus that 88 million. Yeah, so we've bought in a goalkeeper, basically. And that goalkeeper is Melier. He was down in the championship still with Leeds. They hadn't come up. He was down there lingering, languishing down there, not doing anything with his time. Twiddling his thumbs or something like that. We've bought him, paid a good £13 million, which is, I think that's pretty great business. He's 25 years old now. He's getting decent. He will get better. He's only worth 21 to 24, but I think he'll get better and better and better. I think he's probably going to be our keeper for the rest of the this save. I guess there's only 3 years to go, but he'll be the keeper for those 3 years, I think. Obviously, with selling Nathan Ferguson, we needed to bring in a right back. That right back is Raul Bellanova. I feel like there's a lot of seasons I've had in Football Manager this year where he's turned out to be absolutely sensational. Played for like Real Madrid, Manchester City, that sort of thing. So when he was available and we could get him for £13 million, why not? So we sold, as I said, Nathan Ferguson to Norwich for £6 million. We've bought in Raul Bellanova. I think that's great business. So it's now Bellanova and Bowie at right back. Oh, I forgot to mention one of the outgoings, which probably takes it up to that 88 million. It's I don't know how to say this. I said Nauru, but I don't know how to say it. Ahamada. He's gone to Nottingham Forest for £7.5 million. He barely played, basically. That's about it. And so I got rid of him. about it. But that clears the space in midfield. And okay, those weird ones where it's just not really working out for them at their club, like Disasi, like Doku, it continues here because we've brought in Romeo Lavia. Chelsea, obviously, they've just paid an absolute absurd amount for him. 45 million or something? Okay, it says he joined Chelsea for 10.5, but that's not true. That is not true at all. It was something like 48 million pounds or something like that. We've brought him in for 13.75. I don't know why everything's going down. That's not good. Hopefully then that starts to improve because I think he is pretty good. The last player we brought in is an obvious one. It's Yusufa Moukoko. He's here permanently now. He had a great first season. He's now worth almost 100 million, and I'm not going to let go of him. I don't think I will anyway. Hopefully we can, reach the heights of last season, and he's behind it. Again, we've got our business done early. It's not even August yet. This is what the squad's looking like. Whoa. Sorry. One more bit of business, and with Champions League footballer in mind, I decided to splurge a little bit. This player has cost us £24 million, so, not the most expensive signing, but, more than our bargain hunting past has shown, I guess. Willingness to spend on someone with Champions League pedigree. Alright, that's probably making it sound better than it is. It's Pedro Gonçalves. He's very good. He's very, very good. And coming off the left-hand side, now we've got an option to cut inside, as opposed to, Truffert and Schlupp going around the outside. God, my novice. I just think he looks quite brilliant, really, and for £24 million, I think it's some pretty good business to bring him in. Hopefully, he'll stick around for the next 3 years, and we'll get some good football out of him, I guess, or at least Ruud van Nistelrooy will. This is what the squad is looking like that he's got to work with. So Meslier and Whitworth. So we've also sold Bay and Deer. I didn't show you, but it doesn't matter. He went to Wolves for like 6 million or something like that. It wasn't very much. So we've got Bellanova and Bowie at the right back, Richards and Anderson, Gurhey and Harwood Bellis. Yeah, Bellis. Mitchell and Truffert at the left, Doucouré and Lerma as the holders. Obviously, this is how I'm setting it up. Ruud van Nistelrooy's in charge. He can do whatever he wants. Franks and Lavia as the sort of more defensive, the number 8s, and Eze and Franca as the more attacking. Franca, it might just be his last season. I don't know. We'll see how he goes. Anyway, right-hand side, Olise and Ebioe. Left-hand side, Gonçalves and Schlupp. And up front, we've got Edouard, and Moukoko. See how season 3 goes. Surely not. Surely we don't improve. And with Champions League football on our plate, of course, it was going to be a harder season, and it's hardly even shown. We finished 6th, 1 point less than we got last season. We've got knocked down the round of 16 by Inter. Fine with that. FA Cup, 5th round. We've won the Carabao Cup. So we've won 2 trophies already in 3 seasons. We've barely stayed in the Premier League and then won an FA Cup, Carabao Cup. We lost the Community Shield, but really, who cares about that? Whatever, that's fine. In terms of performances, wow. We're winning things. Elise's had a great season, of course, did get him a new contract. He's now, again, wanted by Bayern Munich. If we can get beyond that, I'd consider it. 16 goals, 16 assists is mental. That is absolutely crazy. 17 goals for Edouard, 24 for Moukoko, 14 for Gonçalves. Good season. Who didn't play? Who are we going to think to get rid of? Whitworth, doesn't matter. I think he's got a long contract. I don't know. He might stick around as our backup for the rest of it. I don't know. Schlupp barely played. He'll probably need to go. He's 33. Oh, his contract's expiring. Yeah, he's going. Okay. It's not even a question. He's going. I've made the decision right now. Harwood Bellis barely played, and, that probably makes sense. He is our 4th best. Then Truffert barely played. Ebioe barely played. Not a good next season for him. Lerma's leaving. So he's gone to Monterrey. His contract's running out. That's probably fine. Ebioe is wanted by Bournemouth. Probably won't let him go to Bournemouth. Not cheaply anyway. Yeah, wow. So, there's some players that maybe can do with moving on. Like, obviously, Schlupp. Schlupp will go because it's the end of his contract. So we'll get in another winger. Maybe look at another centre-back. Maybe look at a left-back. I don't know. We'll have a look, see what we can get done, see what business gets done. I'm sure we do have a decent amount of money. We've won things. We've made Europe again, and hopefully get a bit of money for someone here. Let's see. Let's head to the transfers for season number 4. We're already up to it. Let's go. Not a whole lot of outgoings to really talk about in terms of money that's come in. One bit of money is Taylor Harwood-Bellis. He's gone to Nottingham Forest for 18 million? 18 million pounds. So a player that we got, 2 seasons ago for free. He's made 35 appearances for us, made an 18 million pound profit. We'll take those. Now we get to the disappointing outgoings, I guess, and it's not with pleasure. It's what's the opposite, with sadness and disappointment, and it's Tyrant Mitchell. Manchester City came calling. They came calling. I couldn't do anything. He said yes. He pushed to leave. Tackling he's great physically. He's a perfectionist. We did get almost 40 million pounds for him, so that's good. It's just disappointing, isn't it? So, he's gone. Schlupp's gone. Lerma's gone. So that's what? A left winger we'll need, a centre mid we'll need, a left back we'll need. Harwood-Bellis has gone for a centre back. We've done business, of course. The first one, so replacing Jefferson Lerma, so not necessarily a like-for-like swap. So I guess Lerma going out means that Romeo Lavia can slot back into the holding midfield, into the number 6 sort of position, I guess. And this player that we've brought in can sit as either one of the forward players ahead. I think he can do a number of jobs. That player is absolute Football Manager 2023 heritage. Hassan Ouedraogo, don't know how to pronounce it, but if you remember our Sevilla save, if you've been around for a little bit, he was a big part of it. He was an absolute huge player for us. We went, I think we probably went 9 seasons or 8 seasons or something like that, and he stuck around for a long part of that, and he is absolutely sensational. He's brilliant in this game. So we brought him in. He can either play, the way I've got it set up is a Mazzala and an advanced playmaker, so he can do either of those, but it's Ruben Nistelrooy's team. I don't know. He can decide what to do with that. It's a great player though. The next player is replacing Jeffrey Schlupp. So on the left-hand side, a little bit of depth. I guess Gonçalves is probably still the number 1 choice on the left-hand side, but we've brought in Baris Yilmaz. I've never bought him before on this Football Manager. I don't really know a whole lot about him. Brought him in for 11 million pounds, so it's not a huge purchase or anything like that. I think he looks very good for that though. He's 26 years old. Maybe some of these, mental attributes can do with some work, but physicals are very good across the board, none lower than 14. He's decently tall at 186, so he's 6'1" or something. Finishing of 15, good long shots. Quite good, especially for backup. Happy with that. And, Turkish international, he must be doing something right. Decent. Then at left back, replacing, of course, Tyrant Mitchell. I don't want to. It upsets me still thinking about Tyrant Mitchell leaving. We brought in Ryan Aït-Nouri. So Wolves are down in the Championship. We brought in Ryan Aït-Nouri for 14 million pounds. So not a whole lot of money spent, but I think quite a good Premier League quality left back. That's about it. There's not much else to discuss about it. I think it's a pretty good option. Then, along with Ouedraogo, a little bit of Football Manager 2023 heritage, a little bit of, Wonder Kid Central, It's replacing Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Will be Ousmane Diomande. When you look at him, you can 100% see why you'd buy him. So he was available for 31 million pounds. No big club had come in from yet, so we did. But maybe we're a big club. We've made Europe 2 years in a row. We've won an FA Cup and a Carabao Cup. Maybe that's why he's joining us. We brought him in though. He looks very good, perfectionist. He's tall as heck. He's big. He's strong. He's good jumping reach. This is what the squad looks like. So 2 players in every position, getting some good quality in there, of course. So Olise now looking very, very good. Doucouré looking good. Eze looking good. Diomande now, absolute quality at the back. Meslier starting to look even better. Look, I mean, if you look at some of the players, we've got absolutely brilliant players and players that are worth a lot of money and going to be very, very good for us. So, yeah, let's hope to, again, qualify for Europe, maybe win something. We'll see how we go. Ignore that. My brother just signed into a game, so ignore that. Or add him if you see this. If you see this and you're on Steam, add that, because it's funny. Anyway, and we are back. I got sick of saying okay or all right or something whenever I come back from something like that. So I said whatever I just said. Anyway, this is what the competitions look like. It's not quite as good. All right, we finished 5th, so we It says Europa League, but we might end up getting Champions League with the coefficients and that. I don't know. It's the 27th of May, so maybe it hasn't updated yet. Hopefully. Round of 16 in Europa League, quarterfinal, knocked out by Chelsea twice, Second round, getting knocked out by Blackburn, not good. How the squad performed, lots of assists for Olise, 15 assists, 10 goals. Traugo, 14 goals, 11 assists. Goals, 24 for Edouard, 22 for Makoko. Yeah, wow. Some very good performances there. Average rating 7.34 for Edouard. Wow. He's had a great season. That's mental. Then Traugo, Olise, Eza, Ebiowe. Wow. So he's worth almost £60 million now. Wanted by Chelsea and Manchester United. He's 23. He's quick as sticks. And then... 7 goals, 11 assists. Yeah, wow. Pretty good season. 7 assists, and 5 goals for Chris Richards. It's bizarre. 8 Nunri had a good season. Who didn't play? All right, who do we think is leaving? Franca. Yeah, I think it might be time now for Franca to leave. We've given him a good chance. We've let him play little bits and pieces. He's played 53 times for us. It hasn't worked. All right, he can probably go. Bowie can probably go then. He's only played 13 times off the bench. Yilmaz. All right, so that didn't work. I can confidently say that it didn't work. He got 1 start, 16 times off the bench, 1 goal for us, no assists. So that didn't work. That's fine. And then Truffert is probably the next. The rest of them's probably fine. But Truffert played 8 appearances, 15 times off the bench. So the other left back, 8 Nuri, played a lot more. And for Yilmaz, the other winger played a lot more, which would be Gonçalves, which is 29 starts. Which definitely means that they've started, Edouard at the left wing and Coco up front a bunch. Sure, do whatever you want. You're in charge, Rude. And we're going to get you some more players. All right, so we're going to probably look to get rid of probably those 4 we'll look to get rid of. So Franca, Bowie, Yilmaz and Truffert. So that's a central midfielder, a right back, left back, and a winger. Hopefully. We'll see. Hopefully we get rid of them. Let's go. Last season time then. So 4 seasons in, we've won what? We've qualified for the Champions League a couple of times. We've won an FA Cup. We've won a Carabao Cup. It's been pretty damn good. I think as a Crystal Palace fan, if you're watching this, you'd probably take that in 4 seasons time to win those 2 trophies, to qualify for Europe, to get European nights there at Selhurst Park. Steve Parish would be beaming, I reckon anyway. We have managed to get rid of all 4 of those players. Stunning work. So the first one being Adrian Truffert. He's gone to Borussia Dortmund of all clubs, came in for him. We got £19 million for him. But we were ready to get rid of him, basically. So he's now injured for them, which is unlucky for them. I don't really mind, because it doesn't affect me. So he's at Dortmund. We got rid of him, so that means we'll need a left back. But also leaving, Boris Yilmaz. So he went to Inter Milan. So we'll I don't understand this game. Firstly, we bought him for 11 million. He made 16 appearances, all off the bench. Scored 1 goal, no assists. So for some reason, Inter Milan, a bigger club than ours, has come in and given us 15 extra million pounds for him. I don't understand. So yeah, he's gone to Inter Milan and he does look good. I don't understand. He does look quite good. I don't know what the problem was. Oh well, take it. Sacha Boey has also left. He's gone to Rennes in France. He's now 30 to 35. We did not get that for him, did we? Where is it? It doesn't even say how much. Anyway, we sold him. What did we sell him for? £16 million. Right. And he's now worth 30 to 35. Right. And he's had an average rating of 7 in his first appearance for them. Yeah. Good. Yeah. We've replaced him too. And perhaps the most, best bit of business from our perspective anyway, not sure what they're doing, it's Mateus Franca. He's gone to Fulham for £22 million. £22 million. And they've put him on the loan list. He's 23 years old. He's on the loan list for some reason. But why'd they buy him then? Not my problem. Not my problem. We've brought in 4 new players, and I think they're pretty exciting. We'll start with the least exciting. So replacing Sacha Boey at right back. And it's probably a bit disrespectful to call him the least exciting. It's Max Aarons. I mean, he's at Bournemouth now in real life. bought him in for £29 million. So a decent amount of money spent on him, and probably because he's English and he's quality, I guess. And he is very good, so we'll see how we go. Next, and probably about the same amount of excitement behind this one. So replacing Adrian Truffer at left back, it's Calvin Bassey. I just thought it was a decent bit of business. Obviously, he's at Fulham, so we've done a bit of a switcheroo. They've taken on Franca. We've brought in Calvin Bassey for 18 million. We've spent less money on him than they've given us for Franca. What are they doing? Why? He just looks quite solid. Bit of depth at the back. Centre back, left back. Do what you will, Rude. Now we get into the really exciting ones. We have brought in 25-year-old Adam Hlozek from Bayer Leverkusen, of course. We've paid £41 million for him. He looks sensational. He's now coming into his prime. He'll compete with, obviously, Gonçalves on the left, but also he's able to play on the right. He's able to play up front. He can do it all. He looks quality, I reckon. So I think that'll be a really good business. Hopefully, Rube can do the business with him. Now, this one, I think, is the most exciting, genuinely. And this player found himself transfer listed at his club. In real life, he's a young up-and-comer, wonder kid potential sort of thing. I think this is a great business. We've only paid £21 million for this player. It is Harvey Elliott. So a player that can play, across the front line. He can play in midfield, which I think is where you'd probably want to use him. But he just looks brilliant. And for £21 million, absolutely stunning. He hasn't yet played for England, but I think he will, looking at how great he is. His mental attributes are fantastic. For a 24-year-old, they'll get better as well. Physicals, maybe a little bit lacking, especially if you wanted to play him on the right-hand side. It's probably a bit but playing through midfield looks stunning, and I think that's some great business. This is what the squad then looks like. And look, I'm not going to say that I'm a genius or say that this is a perfect rebuild or anything like that, because, a perfect rebuild, we probably would have won like the Premier League or something like that, I guess. But look at this team, from the team that I inherited with Roy Hodgson as manager for the first thing, but then with, Joel Ward still at the club. Who else was still at the club? Nathaniel Klein, Guyata, Riedewald, all these, people. Jordan Ayew is still at the club, and no disrespect to Jordan Ayew, but look at this team. Look at this team. I'm just saying, if in 5 years' time, Crystal Palace looks like this, watch out, watch out the I don't know, Manchester Uniteds of the world and things like that. Because, I don't think they're going to be catching Liverpool or Manchester City, necessarily. Maybe, though. Maybe. If they look like this, yeah, why not? Anyway, one last season. I don't think we got Champions League. I think we're in the Europa League, so disappointing, but hopefully we can win something this season. And if we look here, oh no, we are in the Champions League. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Hope to compete, because I think we do have a squad worthy of competing. So hopefully we get quarterfinal of the Champions League, top 4 in the Premier League, compete in the cups. I don't know. Let's hope for that, and that'll be the end of our rebuild. So end of season number 5. It's been fantastic. I've loved this rebuild. It's been really fun to somehow turn Crystal Palace into just about a powerhouse, really. And looking at the competitions, we've done pretty decently. Here we are. It doesn't show the Champions League for some reason, or whatever happened in the Champions League, but we've because I guess it's clocked over to the next season. I don't know. We finished second in the league, 4 points behind the top. That's stunning. If you look at the Premier League, our finishes across the thing. So first season, we barely scraped through, getting 27 points in the season. Next season, we got 64 points. Then 63 points, so a little bit of a drop. Then 68 points. 81 points is a brilliant season. That is absolutely brilliant. Brighton have got relegated. That's weird to see. That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. And then Mokoko's joint top scorer I just saw. That's brilliant. Semi-final of the FA Cup, pretty good. Quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, that's fine. How'd we go in Europe? Whoa. We made... Whoa. we made the semi-final of the Champions League. We got by United and Liverpool on aggregate. We got hammered by PSG, and then they lost to Arsenal in extra time. Arsenal, who'd got by Real Madrid and Milan. PSG, wow. Semi-final of the Champions League. Wow. So we've won a League Cup and an FA Cup. We've made the semi-final of the Champions League. We've finished second in the Premier League. This has been a success. Like, it's 5 years, and, you know, we haven't won a league or anything, but it's a success. It's a success. I'll take that. That is absolutely brilliant. Arsenal got through on penalties twice. That is meant. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of the rebuild. It's been absolutely stunning. I've had a great time. Next one, we've got some other teams coming. Obviously, I'll keep doing these. Let me know who you think I should do. If there's any clubs that you want to see, obviously, I've already actually done one of them, and I'm going to record it probably, I don't know, soon, and then release it whenever. You'll see it though, I guess. And then I've already started the one after that. So if you want to get in, it'll be in 2 videos time or something like that. So let me know what you reckon. Let me know who you'd want to see, what you think of this rebuild, the transfers, the tactics, the bringing in of food, fairness, Roy, all of the above. Let me know what you reckon. And yeah, that's about it. See you next time. Peace.